of First Ave Entertainment. I am your host, B. Today we have the pleasure of being here at Express Hookah Lounge located in Hollywood, Florida. Be sure to check them out for your pleasantries here in Hollywood, Florida. Tonight, special guest on the show, we have brothers in the house, Yishka and Teddy Greaves Jr. You guys stick and stay. We'll be right back in just a few.
Bigging up Sing So Sing.
This is the hottest show in the world right now.
Même les où on tort, c'est moi-même qui mando pardon.
Bye bye, au revoir. Va, va, va.
Elephant Man represents
5 sur 5 TV.
They gave me nothing.
Okay, so, itching already. One of the signs.
I'm telling you, I was amazed when some of the things you were saying.
I'm a shorty that's deep in love. Makes me believe.
Woo, child, we talking about 2001, 2002.
I'ma show them otherwise. Man, I do me.
Has anyone seen that booty?
I'm pleasing him in music.
I'm happy to be here. I know you are.
Together we rule the world.
When I make music, I don't make it for me.
I always sing 1 or 2 songs as a drummer.
Welcome to Sank to Sank TV. I am your host, B. We are here at Hookah Lounge in Hollywood, Florida. Be sure to check them out at your convenience and at your leisure. If you want more information about the show, please feel free to log on to www.sankstosanktv.com. Today we have our special guests on the show this evening. We have, I don't want to mispronounce your name,
Yishka.
Yishka. Listen, I said it, Yishka. And Teddy Greaves Jr. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. It's a pleasure. You carved out some time for us to spend with us this evening. So we're going to start off, because I didn't want to mispronounce your name. What does Yishka? I was saying it so well before we started rolling. What does Yishka mean?
Bring joy and laughter.
Bring joy and laughter.
Yes.
In what language?
In
Hebrew.
Hebrew.
Love it.
Ancient form.
Ancient Hebrew. Okay. Love it, love it. So you came up with that name. That's your stage name, right?
Actually, someone gave it to me.
Oh, nice. Because you are the epitome of joy and laughter?
Yes, so.
There's a light. And you're named after your father?
I was named after my dad, yeah.
Nice. And both of you guys are brothers.
Yes, we are.
Welcome, brothers, to the show.
Thank you.
So you guys have a family background of music, right? It's in your
Indeed.
blood. It's in your DNA.
Yes, definitely.
Right.
So since I'm taking a guess, you're the oldest.
Okay, I'm the oldest.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your upbringing when it comes to music, and then you guys have different upbringings as well, right?
Right.
Okay, so tell me about yours.
Musically, I remember starting singing at age 11.
Okay.
I must have been singing before that, but my first recollection is at age 11, and I was on a show that my dad produced in the Bahamas, and I guess he heard me sing and invited me onto the show, and I was able to sing. So that's how I remember my start.
And when you started, how did you feel? Did you feel confident about it, or you were like, oh, this is a hobby, let me just make my dad proud?
Actually, I wanted my dad to be proud of me.
Okay.
And I would watch his show, and he was awesome. People loved him, and I'm like, I want to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me a mic, and I started singing, and people loved it. So then he said, well, come to this show and perform. He asked me. I said, sure. He's on there. I wanted to be on there.
Like my dad?
Yeah, and I got a standing ovation.
Oh.
I didn't remember that. He told me that. I didn't know what it was. They were
Was
just...
it recorded?
No.
Okay.
No, unfortunately. It would have been, yeah.
tape back in the VHS.
That would have been great. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, and how did you get started in music?
I started playing the trumpet when I was
Nice.
like 10 in
Okay.
marching band.
Okay.
And
Where?
in the Bahamas,
Okay.
Nassau, Bahamas.
Okay. So you both were you guys in Bahamas around the same time or no?
At that point, yeah.
At that point, okay. Okay.
And from there, I just kept doing music. I didn't start singing until I was 16.
Mm.
And it was the same type of situation where
Yeah.
my dad said, do you sing? I'm like, never thought of doing it. Because I always was playing
Instrument.
the trumpet.
Uh-huh.
And he told me to learn a song, and I play it. And so I learned, the song, People All Over the World.
Mm-hmm.
Love Train.
John.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first song I ever sang.
Okay.
Learned it and played it. It was awesome.
So you started off with Love and Joy.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So Bahamas and Jamaican roots.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh, I love that combo. But you came to live to New York, in New York.
Yeah, at age 13, I came to the States, and I lived in upstate New York.
Okay. And how was that transition like? Because when we moved from, well, I was born in the States, but a lot of us who stayed and lived in, we lived in America transitioning, like still not assimilating from our Caribbean roots, we experienced a little bit of, how can I say it, obstacles in school.
You're so
because we
nice.
were a little different. Yes.
I experienced a lot of that
Yeah.
because coming from a foreign country
Right.
with an accent,
Right.
and the school that I went to was predominantly white,
Oh.
and it was not good.
Okay. Sorry to hear that.
It's part of who I am, and I'm proud of who I am. So
Right.
that was something that I didn't know that I needed,
Right.
because it brought me to this point.
That's the great thing about obstacles, right?
Yeah.
It's like it makes you who you are, it makes you much stronger.
Yeah, absolutely.
You become victorious, and then the lessons learned from it transitions to other area.
Yeah.
But you didn't have that issue, right? Because you went to Bahamas from Jamaica.
Yeah. When I was 2 months old.
Oh. Bahamians.
Serious.
Please don't jump down my throat.
Nassau.
Oh, okay. Okay. Safe to say, we'll be right back with the brothers in just a few. Yishka and Teddy Greaves Jr. We'll be right back.
Yes.
Thanks to Sank family, we are back with Yishka and Teddy Greaves Jr. Haha, because you bring me joy. I say Yishka. All right, so we're going to segue right into music. So when you guys have a single and a body of work, an album. So let's start off with the body of work, the album.
Yes. My album is called Yishka.
Yishka.
Self-titled.
Mhm.
9 songs. 6 I wrote. 3 is from different, like Stevie Wonder. Different people.
Okay.
It was a joy to it's a joy for me
Mhm.
to record songs that I've done,
Of course.
what I wrote. And
So when you write the songs, you're writing them from experience, from life experiences?
not that much.
Okay.
What I do when I write is I imagine the situation
Okay.
and I write from there.
Ah.
I'm very, it's not regular for me to write from my experience.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So don't try to think that he's going through those issues or those scenarios that he's writing about.
Thank you very much.
That has nothing to do with his personal life, right?
Right.
So you're basically a director creating something from another lens.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm painting a picture.
Nice.
And I like to, my favorite type of songs are love songs.
Okay.
So I write a lot of love songs.
Okay.
I have difference, but those are more, how would I put it, situations that come up.
Okay, okay.
Like, the Black Lives Movement might spark something.
Right.
In fact, I have a song called Rise Up.
Okay.
Not on this album. And it was sparked from
that movement.
Yeah.
So outside sources do influence your artistry.
Definitely.
Okay. So when you target those outside sources, are you utilizing your music as a platform to send a message, or you're just expressing your artistry?
Expressing.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just putting my spin on what I think of the situation, and always it's from a place of love.
Love it.
And positive.
Don't we need
vibe.
that? Don't we need
Yeah,
that?
all of my songs are from
Especially being locked up in this pandemic. And we think we're free, and then we're back locked up, and then we think we're free, and it's like, no, we got the Delta variant coming. It's just a lot. And you have a single.
I have a single.
Yes.
It's called Wait Too Long.
Wait Too Long.
Yes. And that song was written from a personal experience.
Okay.
Growing up as a young person and, dating and all that stuff. And, I met a few.
The one?
I don't even know what that means. The one. That always kills.
How can you
always
know what
kills
the
me
one
when
means,
people
right?
say that.
Uh-huh.
However, so, you go through that and you get older and you mature and you go, wait a minute, why? If we're vibing,
right?
What are you waiting for?
Ooh.
Because if you wait, and someone else might come in
right.
with something that might spark an interest, and I may be gone. So hey, let's do this, or I gotta go.
Right. So time waits on no one.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah. So.
And not that time was wasted, but it could have been better spent.
I like that. Yeah. I like that. That's another perspective too to look at, because sometimes you look at your experiences, or let me take your approach. When you look holistically from the outside, because it's not personal, right? It's not personal. You can look at experiences and say, well, did I gain a lesson from this experience?
Right.
Was the time wasted? And if you always look at it as a lesson learned, then was the time really wasted? No?
I never think of experiences like that. I think we're here as spiritual beings in physical body to learn and grow, and every moment is for that, and experience and growth, and so thank you for this experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for this exchange of energy,
and you guys, we do appreciate it.
Yeah, everybody on the set too. Thanks to Sank Family. We're here with Teddy Greaves Jr. and Yishka here on Texas Sank TV. We'll be right back.
Bigging up Sing So Sing.
This is the hottest show in the world right now.
Même les où on tort, c'est moi-même qui mando pardon.
Bye bye, au revoir.
Va, va, va.
Elephant Man represent.
5 sur 5 TV.
They gave me nothing.
Okay, so, itching already. One of the signs.
I'm telling you, I was amazed when some of the things you were saying.
I'm a shorty that's deep in love.
makes me believe.
Woo, child, we talking about 2001, 2002.
I'ma show them otherwise. Man, I do me.
Has anyone seen that booty?
I'm pleasing him in music.
I'm happy to be here. I know you are.
Together we rule the world.
When I make music, I don't make it for me.
I always sing 1 or 2 songs as a drummer.
Thanks to Sing Family, we are back here at Express Hookah Lounge in Hollywood, Florida, here with brothers in the building. We have Yishka and Teddy Greaves Jr. So I giggle because I finally got the name, and I love the meaning of the name. All right, so we're talking about music, and we do know, as far as music is concerned, we love that you are expressing yourself, and we're able to share this music when you guys are long gone, when your job is done, and on this universe, on this earth, and the universe says, okay, your time is up. You know that this body of work is still here, right? But we know while we're here, we have to get paid, right? We have to make a living. How is that going for you guys as far as performances are concerned? Because we know this pandemic has really done a number on us, right?
Yeah, it's done, but it's an experience. And how I looked at it, it was a time for me to how would I put it?
Reflect.
Yeah, reflect and re-engage and delve more into my craft because I wasn't working at the time to check. So it was a good thing.
Okay.
I mean, come out but the most, to me, precious and important thing was the earth got a chance to get reset.
Yes.
And the animals got a chance to not have to deal with people.
Right.
And so they got a chance to breathe,
Right.
to air, everything. It's weird that I remember coming out of my house on a regular basis and don't see a plane. And I'm like, wow, that was...
Yeah.
So it was a readjustment for the whole world.
Yeah, it was.
So it's a positive thing. Come out of all of them.
Did you experience the same in realignment?
Not in that aspect. I was able to write a lot of songs.
Okay.
Mostly lyrics. I did I completed 3 songs.
Okay.
But I was able to do a lot more writing, and also self-reflecting, which is also part of my writing experience. So, and like Yishka, I wrote a few songs about how I felt about the situation of our galaxy, because I think it affects everything.
Definitely.
And like we were talking earlier about watching the news, that was interesting too, because I was able to reflect my issues on paper. So it was, and it was peaceful.
Yes.
It was very peaceful.
Yes.
I mean, the phone didn't ring that much. Well, that's not true. I didn't answer the phone.
We protect our peace as much as we can.
Exactly. It was peaceful.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I can actually hear myself think, write down the thoughts that I have,
right,
and juggle them around and put them together. I think at that point, my brothers and I became closer because we would all say, "Hey, are you good?" You know, so that was good for me. I mean, we were close anyway, but.
How many brothers?
There's 2 of us. There's 3 of them in our immediate family.
Okay.
Same mom and dad.
Okay.
So,
all right, that's it. I got
it. So, you know, we were
counting. Yeah, on the other side. On my dad is, yeah, I got it.
So that was my, that was good for me.
Right.
You know.
So the whole realignment and coming to, I know that it's difficult when you are initially, right? Or was it an easy transition? That's another thing I want to talk about too when we come back, is the transition now that I see more of us and people from the Caribbean who are diving or tapping into that mental space, that social emotional learning aspect, and how music too is assisting in that. Music always assisted in that, but it just seems like now people are having this light bulb enlightenment moment where they can really understand the energy that music brings and how it can really direct your path. It can really charge you and control your emotions if you let it, if you're not careful. You guys saw what happened at that concert the other day. Right?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. 6% family. We'll be right back. We're here with the brothers. I don't even know if they like to be called the brothers, but it's Yishka and Teddy Greaves Jr. We'll be right back. Thanks to Thank family. We are back here at Express Hookah Lounge. I'm your host, B, here chopping it up with Teddy Greaves Jr. and Yishka. So before we left, we talked about the social emotional aspect and the connection with music and how powerful and impactful music is. I believe that it's always been that way, but for some reason now people are more in tune with the power of music. And we just saw that unfortunate circumstance with the concert goers. When I listen to the music, and I love a lot of different genres of music, but when I saw the music when I listened to the music that was being played and the graphics behind it, I was like, whoa, this is a lot. I didn't want to pass judgment on it because I was not there. So you got to be very careful and be objective in passing judgment. But what's your take on music and what you produce or put out there to the public or to the masses? Do you feel like there's a responsibility as an artist to put out certain types of music, or do you feel like as an artist you're sensitive about your, like Erykah Badu say, and you can put out whatever you see fit?
That is a personal choice. Mm-hmm. Me personally, I want to contribute positive lyrics, energy, about love, relationship, love, love of family, love of country, love of neighborhood, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I think my reason for that is there is so much of the other side, right? And it seems that that side is more pushed and promoted than the positive side, right? And so I tend to, just go there, just naturally. So talk about, being the light inside you and letting your light shine.
Yeah.
Being a beacon for everybody. So it's a positive thing for me.
Okay. You don't just carry the name, you embody it, right? Yeah.
Try my best.
Yeah. Eddie. Eddie. Teddy.
I think that we do have a responsibility because my take on my being is I'm a vessel from the higher powers. Mm-hmm. And if I keep all that inside, then I'm not honoring what he wants me to do or she wants me to do. Mm-hmm. And so doing that, I think it's my responsibility to really dissect the songs that I'm writing and singing and putting out there, because we never know who's watching us. We never know who's listening to us. So I have to be careful, because now I'm not just talking one-on-one to my brother or someone else. So I have to be careful. We have children around all the time, and if I say something off-colored, then I feel like I'm being responsible for the derelict. And that might be a bit much, mm-hmm. but I honestly feel that way. Mm-hmm. So if I'm somewhere and people are just like profanity this and profanity that, I'm like, we're setting a bad example. So when they grow up and do things, like, I take personal responsibility for that. I'm like, if you didn't curse that day,
then maybe the outcome will be different.
I learned something from him.
Okay.
From Yishka.
Okay.
He said, whatever we say or do, it goes in the universe. Mm. I took it a little bit further, because everything spins, it comes around. Yeah. And it may not come around the way we want it to. Yeah. And sometimes it comes around the way we actually said it. I'm like, but I didn't mean that. Right. But you said it.
Right.
And this is how you said it.
Perspective.
So I have to really be careful of that.
But do you feel like there's room for others? I understand you said that that's how you feel personally, that you're that vessel and that's your purpose. But is there such thing as that everyone has their own separate lane to, I guess, to be that quote-unquote vessel? Like everyone has their own agenda? Or is it across the board?
Well, there's yin and yang.
Right.
And so what they're putting out is what they put out.
You're right.
But, and, it's not even a but, it's an and. If you don't have that contrast, you don't have nothing to choose or to,
balance it out.
Okay. So it's there. I just choose.
Right, that's
not
your
to
choice.
Go that route. But I don't condemn.
Gotcha.
Somebody else, I might not like it.
Right.
But I don't know their experience. I don't know where they come from, because that's another thing.
That's what we're going to talk about when we come back.
If you come from environment where that is the norm, what you expect to come out?
Exactly. Safe to Sync. We'll be right back in just a few. We're here at Express Hookah Lounge. You want more information about us? Log on to www.syncs2sync.tv.com.
Bigging up Sing So Sing.
This is the hottest show in the world right now.
Même les où on tort, c'est moi-même qui mando pardon.
Bye bye, au revoir.
Va, va, va.
Elephant Man represent
5 sur 5 TV.
They gave me nothing.
Okay, so, itching already. One of the signs.
I'm telling you, I was amazed when some of the things you were saying.
I'm a shorty that's deep in love. Makes me believe.
Woo, child, we talking about 2001, 2002.
I'ma show them otherwise. Man, I do me.
Has anyone seen that booty?
I'm pleasing him in music. I'm happy to be here.
I know you are.
Together we rule
the world.
When I make music, I don't make it for me.
I always sing 1 or 2 songs as a drummer.
Thanks to Sync family, we are back. I am your host, B. If you want more information about us, log on to www.sync2sync.tv.com. Our Instagram and Twitter handles are both at Sync2SyncTV. We're here getting knowledge from Teddy Greaves Jr. and Yishka. So before we transitioned to break, we were discussing how music impacts us in other areas of our lives, and the importance of utilizing that platform and being a vessel. And I think we ended off with you saying that you don't condemn anyone. If someone was raised in that area, around that specific environment, then that's what they know, right? That art imitate life.
Yeah.
That saying. So as far as what I wanted to talk about within that segment too, is how we are doing so well, I think, as Caribbean people or people of color or the African diaspora, with our mental space. And this is something that I don't think growing up I heard much about, like people actually taking the time to, deal with that mental space and saying, okay, let me meditate, or, let me take some time out for myself and regroup. And I know that music does that. Like me, I have this part of my ritual, a part of it is before I get up, I give thanks and everything, and I play music. And I play, of course, it has to be positive music because I can't be jumping up and down early in the morning and wanting to bring positivity to this universe. So because your music brings so much positivity and about love and joy and laughter, I think you guys are doing a great job pouring into this universe and serving as a vessel. What is it that you guys want people to take from your music?
For me, is to love self and love your family and love the community and love including the animals and everything. Because to me, nothing and no one exists without the presence or the vibration of the Most High. So we are all a part of His presence and a different vibration, but still we're a part of it.
How did you get to this space? You was born with it?
I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can't even remember when you started this shift? Because I can remember when I started this shift. And I was like, oh, this isn't important anymore. Oh, no, this isn't. Like, you know how when you're growing up or you go through certain experiences, and then what you thought was important or what you thought was of value, and you look at it and you're like, oh my God, I was so ignorant. Like, it doesn't have value to me. Like, time to me is one of the most valuable things.
It is the most valuable thing. That's the only thing you cannot get back. No matter what.
Right.
But to me, don't sit in judgment in yourself or others. Experience the now. Whatever the lesson is, gotta experience the now.
Listen, you so smooth with it. Like Sade, smooth operator. Smooth. Yes, experience the now. I love it.
Well, I can piggyback on that. I think that we should live every moment, because a lot of times we don't live every moment. We're merely existing.
Yes.
But as I've gotten older and matured, I'm enjoying living every moment.
Yes.
And when I'm in that moment at that space and time, that is the most important thing to me.
Yes.
So it's not that I was ignorant. I was living that moment, and I thought that was it.
I love it.
But we grow older, and we're like, oh, you know what? That was not that important.
Right.
But it was not being selfish, but it was important to me.
Right.
And that has helped me grow into who I've become.
So do you journal? Because I heard you say you do a lot of writing your lyrics, but do you journal?
No, ma'am,
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. Okay. Do you journal? No. Okay. But I love this coming of the minds of, you know, our people, like really taking that space, that mental space, because growing up, and I mean, it's okay to be, it's actually a good thing to be spiritually inclined, but growing up, I know, especially in the Caribbean, it was just prayer and that was it. And not saying that prayer doesn't have its space. I believe in prayer. I also believe too that, you know, the Most High and people are put in this universe to assist us and guide us during that path too. So good stuff.
Lessons.
I didn't ask you the question. Your music. What is it that you want to your music to do as far as the message to bring to the masses?
I've never really thought of that. Like I said, I think I'm just a vessel.
I got it.
So whomever receives audibly, then they can interpret and introduce that to themselves.
Got it.
Or not. It may not be relevant to them.
Yes.
You know, because we think that we are everything or not.
Right.
I honestly believe that I am a vessel and this is what I was meant to do. So it's not my responsibility to make sure that you get the message.
Amen.
I deliver it. I've done my job. Give me
That's
my
it.
next assignment, and I'm on to it. Because somewhere, at some point, someone is going to receive it. Yeah. And the only thing I take personally is this: if one person, just one person, in this entire universe has received that message,
in your job,
I'm happy,
yes.
I'm fulfilled, and I've done what I was asked to do.
Love it.
So.
Love it. Sing to Sing family, I know your cup is overflowing right now. We'll be right back in just a few.
Bigging up Sing So Sing.
This is the hottest show in the world right now.
Même les où on tort, c'est moi-même qui demande pardon.
Bye bye, au revoir.
Va, va, va.
Elephant Man represent.
5 sur 5 TV.
They gave me nothing.
Okay, so, itching already. One of the signs.
I'm telling you, I was amazed when some of the things you were saying.
I'm a shorty that's deep in love. Makes me believe.
Woo, child, we talking about 2001, 2002.
I'ma show them otherwise. Man, I do me.
Has anyone seen that booty?
I'm pleasing him in music.
I'm happy to be here. I know you are.
Together we rule the world.
When I make music, I don't make it for me.
I always sing 1 or 2 songs as a drummer.
time, we reached the final segment of our show, and it was an honor having Yishka and Teddy Greaves Jr. on the show. Thank you so much for blessing us.
Thank you, guys.
You know what? You guys know your family. You're welcome anytime, even though our time is a little limited, but you are always welcome.
Thank you.
If we wanted to contact you for more information, where would we do that?
I have a website, and the website is www.gpsmuzik.com.
And Yishka?
Yishka.com is my is the main thing. I have different like Twitter is Yishka100. My email address is yishka100@gmail.com.
And Yishka spelled
Yishka. Once you bring up that, my music come up, all digital major outlets. You can get my albums and singles. So just bring up Yishka, Yishka. You'll find me.
All right, thank you so much for coming on the show again. It was a pleasure having you guys. Sinks to Sink family, be sure to check out Yishka as well as Teddy Greaves Jr., and they provide you with the information. Also, you can find more information about them as well as the show on www.sinkstosinktv.com. Both our Twitter and Instagram handles are at SinksToSinkTV. I'm your host, B. I can be located on Instagram and Twitter at BLongChamp. Till next time, have an amazing day.